So it's the time you've all been waiting for. It's my monthly market update. So I'm sure the first question on all your lips is, how is the pre-owned and new Rolex market doing in the UK? And I can answer that for you. So the first thing I'm going to say is how busy the actual larger market is. We'll talk about our market after this, but first of all, I think it's really important that you guys know how busy the actual market is and how many clients we're seeing coming through the door and buying watches from us on a daily basis. So the wider market that we're seeing and the market in general are the sports professionals, you guys out there chasing that watch, the still most sought after models, which includes the Submariner date, non-date, the Starbucks, that's a really popular watch this month. Also the root beers, the steel and gold, they're now in the money, seem to be hanging around sort of like the 16 to 18 depending on the year. The Starbucks just under 15, again, good value for money. The Batman's Batgirls, I tell you what's dried up, the Batgirls. The Batgirls for us, we were selling so many of those. They were at 20,000 last year. They're now, like I said, for a brand new one, around 15, 16. We're really struggling to get the 2023 Batgirls. The Batman's fine, we can get the Batman. That's not a problem, there's plenty of those in the market. But the actual Batgirl, we've got some, I think we've got 3 clients on our books at the minute that are requesting that particular watch. So, you know, if you guys have got it out there, just please message me, I'd be happy to buy it. When I say there's not available, they are, but we're not going to overpay what the prices of people are asking. So just bear that in mind. We're willing to pay a market price, but not overpay. What's not selling? What's not selling out there? What are we getting a lot of you guys out there messages in Part Exchange? The Sky Dweller range. Now, when I say the Sky Dweller range, I mean the Oyster Flex, the solid gold Oyster Flex models on either the rose gold or yellow gold. As in my previous videos, they're still an underlist watch. Clients have bought them at premium, still try to get out of them. They're definitely an underlist watch. Some of the full bracelet Sky Dwellers, they're definitely an underlist watch. You know, some of the super hype dials, yeah, they're list or just over, covered that again. But the Sky Dweller full bracelets, there's not many dealers willing to stock them at the minute. So, you know, you just got to bear that in mind. That's definitely continuation. Again, the Day-Date 40 range, as we've said before. We've actually got one here. We've got a white gold one. I don't think we covered it in last month's video. This is one we took a Part Exchange off a client. He actually bought a watch from us, which was a Ghost, Daytona, another Ghost that we'd sold. And he'd played all the games at the AD, bought this particular watch and some others. He knew once he'd bought this watch, he was hopefully going to get the watch that he wanted, so playing the AD game. He sold that to us under list. We are actually selling it under list, which again, we have covered. So just bear in mind that this client, he's done all the things that the AD's asked him, he's bought this and some other watches, and he still hasn't got his watch. And he's come to me because he's not willing to play the game anymore. He says, I want that watch. I've lost money to buy it. It'd been cheaper for me to come to the open or grey market and buy this watch in the first place. That's a real good point for you guys out there. So, you know, if you're looking to still take the watches from your ID, take them, but within reason. Check out all my other videos. I've covered nearly all the models that, you know, the hype models and the models that you guys want and the ones that we stock. But definitely play the game, because unfortunately, a lot of you guys out there, the stories I'm getting told now is, you're not willing to play the game anymore. You want that watch, you're gonna go to the grey open market and you're gonna buy it. And this is a true testament of what a stunning watch it absolutely is. RRP on that's around 34, 35K. Unbelievable watch, but we're selling for under list. And that should tell you everything you need to know. Since our YouTube journey started, we are now selling globally. We're actually now selling to America. So we've actually got one going out today to Los Angeles. We had one go out last week to Florida. We've got another one that we've sold at the weekend that's actually going over to France. So what does that tell you about the market? That tells you that the market is extremely, extremely busy. And it tells you that the people out there are still buying watches. The type of watches that we're selling, to give you an idea from this side of the desk, are the biggest seller is the Rolex Datejust. Now, I've covered this in some of my other videos, so if you guys have not seen it, please check it out on the channel and look at the other videos. But the Datejust in particular, the 41mm, the ones that you guys are actually buying out there are the Wimbledon, the fluted Jubilee Wimbledon dial, which, as we said, one of the best dials. We've also sold a white dial one with a fluted Jubilee. Again, best combination. Entry-level dial, but still the best combination. That's the one that's going to France. We're also buying a lot of Datejust. It's really strange how, since we've done the last video on the Datejust range, how many calls we actually get for that particular model. For example, literally every day of the week, I will get 4 or 5 inquiries from you guys out there selling me a Datejust from a 31mm to a 36mm to a 41 millimeters in all varied combinations. It seems that we've become some form of benchmark for you guys out there, just to make sure that you're not going to lose any money on the Rolex Datejust range. And we are happy to stock them, but in saying that, we're at our limit now. So we've probably bought between 5 and 10 over the last 2 or 3 weeks. We are selling them, which, like I've said, one of our best sellers this month. That's a great sign. But also we've got to be mindful that we have to carry a lot of the other ranges in stock, which we are, a lot of the sports professionals, a lot of the bigger pieces, which I will touch base on later in this video. But the Datejust for us has become a really good seller over the last 2 weeks. I know I did mention the Submariner Date and non-date. We are still selling that model. You know, I know some of you clients out there, or some of you viewers think it's impossible to sell that many. We physically are selling that many. We're up to about 22 or 23 now in the last 6 or 8 weeks. That's Submariner Dates, non-dates, the 41 mils, a couple Hulks, and also a couple of the 40 mils. So they're another good seller. And the best seller for us in the last month is the Daytona range. Now that might be a strange one for you guys out there, because the Daytona range, as we all know, is one of the holy grails. It's the hardest watch to get from your AD. It's the one all you guys out there want to try and attain. You will start buying the other level models and hopefully one day pray that you can actually get one of the Daytonas. Well, I can tell you we've been selling some of the big Daytonas. What I mean by that is the Daytona Ghost. One of the best all-round Rolexes you will ever buy. The Daytona Ghost on the Oyster Flex, which has the grey dial with the black subdials, now discontinued. We've sold 6 in the last 6 weeks. So what does that tell you? We actually, one of them did go over to Florida to one of our viewers, our new client over there, and he's delighted with it. So if you're watching, thank you for the business. And yeah, the actual Ghost is one of the most popular ones. The Ghost now, to give you an idea price-wise, which I'm sure you're all interested in, the new RRP is 28,700. We're selling the brand new 2023s for 37,000. Last year they were 45 to 50. There's still plenty of room for that watch to grow. And with it being one of the last discontinued and an extremely hard watch to get, that's one that you guys have definitely been pulling the trigger on. And you can see why. I sold another one to a client last week. It literally landed on my desk an hour before the client turned up. He turned up to look at the Paul Newman, which is the one that we've got here, which I'll just show you guys. So he'd actually turned up to buy this watch, his Grail watch as well. He's been wanting this watch for a long, long time. He also emailed before just saying, you've got a Ghost in as well, I'd like to see them both. We actually sold it that weekend, and as luck had it for him, when he came, I actually sat at my desk in my back office in there. We actually got the watch out, showed him it. He genuinely couldn't believe his luck. He's gone away. He bought it on the day. We didn't advertise it. We didn't put it on our socials, which again, you know, for you guys out there, what we're saying is the absolute correct information for how the market is. I know there's some people out there that thinking what we're saying is not true, but I can 1,000,000% tell you everything we say is the honest truth. People are buying for dailies. All you guys out there that are buying, yes, you're playing the long game for investment. Yes, we've touched on this in other videos, but you're actually buying for your daily or weekend watch. You're actually buying to wear. And that's the best thing about this market, is the way the market's changed. Instead of you guys out there buying to put away, these watches are meant to be worn. These should be worn. You should be buying these watches, wearing and enjoying. And when you're ready to sell, sell it. You know, if you're selling in a short space of time and you've lost a little bit of money, that's not the end of the world. If you keep it long enough, you'll get your money back, or like I've said before, you'll actually make some money. But that's what this industry is about. It's about wearing, buying and enjoying the watch that you've been looking for or desiring all these years. So another thing for you guys out there is obviously last year's buyers, you guys, you clients out there, last year when you come to buy from us, you were just buying the one watch and you had 2 or 3, or it was maybe just that one watch guy, that guy that has the one watch. Part exchange is what we're seeing. An abundance of part exchanges, and not just one. The majority of deals we're doing with you guys at the minute, because you're buying that Grail watch that you wanted, that was out of your reach last year, you're now part exchanging 2 watches. So you might part exchange a Datejust and a lower end Daytona. You might part exchange, we had one the other day where a client part exchange a Batman and a Hulk, both from 2016. Both bought by the original owner, the client we dealt with. I actually had the purchase receipts for those 2 watches, and I can tell you that them watches were around 6,500, 6,450 and 6,750, somewhere around there. We obviously paid the client a lot more money. Again, another true story. Client came in, he actually came in to have his Oyster Flex strap sized, because we put an Oyster Flex video out there on our socials. He came in, made an appointment, he wanted one of his straps stopping because it was too big. Came in, chatted to him about a couple of watches again, sat on my desk in there, not even, we obviously checked them out, but not a chance to advertise them or anything, or prepare for our retail website. Said the wife's gonna kill me, and he took both them watches away on the day, and part exchanges Oyster Flex, Yachtmaster 40, an absolutely happy, delighted customer. So this is the difference we're seeing, and he bought to wear as well, by the way. He wasn't bothered, they had a few hairlines on, general wear and tear, good condition, but worn. And that's the difference. Our clients now, like you guys out there, you're buying to wear, and that is what this job is all about. So that's all for this month. See you guys on the next one.